According to WHO, an estimated 1.28 billion adults aged 30 to 79 years worldwide have hypertension, most, 2/3, living in low and middle-income countries. Hypertension is a major cause of premature death worldwide. One of the global targets for non-communicable diseases is to reduce the prevalence of hypertension by 33% between 2010 and 2030. In this video, I will be discussing 12 things to actually avoid that can help prevent increase in blood pressure. Please remember that this video is solely for information purposes. If you have any health concern, please consult your doctor. 1. Overweight or obesity. 1 pound of fat equals 1 mile of blood vessels that you have to grow to feed it. Now think about that. 0.30 pounds of weight will need 30 miles of blood vessels that your body has to grow to feed those fat cells. That's a lot of pressure on the heart. Obesity is a major fuel component for high blood pressure. If you're overweight, the priority should be that you get that under control as quickly as possible. Now, one of the things that contributes to that is lack of exercising or low activity. Our workforce is very sedentary. A lot of people today go to an office desk job. They sit 8 hours a day and they try to offset 8 hours of sitting and 8 hours of sleeping, so basically 16 hours, and which is 2/3 of your entire day being completely inactive, not actually allowing your bloodstream to circulate effectively. Remember, movement is what pumps the blood and helps pump the lymphatic fluid in a big way. So having a sedentary lifestyle is definitely going to contribute to elevations in your blood pressure, both for several different reasons. One is that sedentary lifestyle contributes to obesity, but the other is that it reduces nitric oxide synthase, which is an enzyme that helps to vasodilate your blood vessels. It's actually been shown this particular substance won a Nobel Prize in medicine for its impact in effect on blood pressure lowering. So when you have a sedentary activity or low activity, you have a reduced capacity to generate this enzyme, which is not a good thing. So lack of exercise, aside from the sedentary lifestyle, has an impact that's probably just as equal. 2. No sunshine or minimal sunshine. Sunshine makes vitamin D, and vitamin D regulates blood pressure. There are a number of research studies actually linking vitamin D deficiency as being the cause of heart disease. 3. Low muscle mass. Not exercising is going to lower your muscle tone. Being obese doesn't necessarily mean you have less muscle tone. There are some people that are overweight that are strong and have muscle mass, and being sedentary reduces muscle mass. Remember that your muscle in itself is your protein store. Proteins actually have a function in helping you to regulate your blood pressure, so having a low muscle mass can affect your blood pressure. 4. Smoking. Smoking creates an inflammation, and one of the cornerstones of elevations and blood pressure is an inflammatory process. The smoking contributes to the inflammation that can actually contribute to your blood pressure going up. If you are enjoying the content, remember to subscribe and also hit the notification bell. 5. Alcohol. I'm not talking about an occasional glass of wine or an occasional drink every once in a while. But a glass of wine every night is a sure way to overdrink. This causes B vitamin deficiency. B vitamin deficiency, like vitamin B1, folate, vitamin B12, vitamin B6, have all been linked to increase in blood pressure. So alcohol, especially on a regular basis, contributes to this. Excessive caffeine. I'm not talking about 1 cup a day. 1 cup of coffee on average has about 120 milligrams of caffeine. Caffeine stimulates your glands to release adrenaline. Adrenaline drives blood pressure, but too much caffeine over time also acts as a diuretic, and that diuretic action of too much caffeine over time also causes a depletion of certain nutrients like magnesium, B vitamins, potassium and calcium, and all those play a role in regulating your blood pressure. 7. Processed foods in the diet. There has been a group of studies done. People that eat more processed foods tend to elevate their blood pressure. If you eat regular, unprocessed salt, such as Himalayan salts, you are not really doing yourself any harm. You know, rock salt or sea salt, there's not a whole lot wrong with that. But processed salts that contain excess sodium can actually force your body to retain more water, and that water retention puts more volume to your blood. and can elevate your blood pressure, so the processed foods with the lots of the MSGs are a big problem for many people. Let us pause this video for an important announcement that might interest you.
Will you like to start your very own online business with your very own e-commerce store created for you with all the products you ever need, and with a back office that contains all you need to run your business? Sounds interesting? Click link below and start your online business today. Help people live healthier and better lives and make money in the process.
8. Carbohydrate toxicity. The concept of carbohydrate toxicity and why the keto diet is actually effective for helping a lot of people with heart disease and heart problems, but carb toxicity is a major problem for several reasons. Carbohydrate toxicity drives up insulin, which then drives up cortisol. When you drive up cortisol, you actually will also drive up your ability to lose muscle mass, meaning you'll start losing muscle mass. 9. Food allergens. When you eat foods that you're acutely allergic to, it actually drives up adrenaline production internally that can raise your blood pressure. Now, quick home tests that you can do if you suspect that you might have some food allergens is to take your pulse after eating. If you notice your pulse is driving up very rapidly, that might be a sign that you have acute or really subacute food allergens from the meal that you just ate. Now, there's also delayed reactivity, and these can drive up your blood pressure over time, predominantly because they contribute to inflammation. 10. Extreme stress. I'm not talking about the kind of day-to-day stress. You know, the normal wear and tear stress of life, we all have that. I'm talking about massive quantities of stress that are unrelenting and that don't go away. A lot of people, for example, go to a job every day that they absolutely hate, and it steals their soul day after day, night after night. If you work in that kind of a stressful environment on a daily basis, you know that can elevate your blood pressure. Remember, chronic stress equals chronic cortisol output. 11. A lot of research studies show that shift work actually increases your risk for developing high blood pressure because of your circadian rhythm. Remember, circadian rhythm impacts and affects your body's ability to reset cortisol, so shift work is a major culprit in this regard. And then medications. I'm not talking about blood pressure medications here, I'm talking about medications for other things. A lot of medications affect the kidneys. Many people use over-the-counter pain relievers, such as aspirin, which is a popular choice if you get a headache. If you get joint pains, a lot of doctors will prescribe a baby aspirin for their patients in the hopes that the baby aspirins will thin the blood. Understand that taking a lot of those particular medicines damage the kidney, and the kidney plays a major role in regulating blood pressure. Other medications notorious for contributing to this problem are things that will affect or impact your nutritional status. For example, antacids. Antacids block vitamin B12, calcium and magnesium absorption. Remember, these nutrients are critical for controlling cardiovascular inflammation, but also for regulating the electrolyte properties of the blood vessels, allowing them to dilate and to contract appropriately. When magnesium and calcium are low, blood vessels kind of spasm, and when they go into a kind of a long-term tightening or spasmodic effect, you actually elevate the blood pressure over time. So any medication that causes nutritional deficiencies of calcium, magnesium or B12 can have an impact on your blood pressure. Those are the 12 things to look out for to ensure that your blood pressure remains normal. Thank you for listening to the end. Remember that good health is not an event, it is a lifestyle.